Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Stafford Motor Speedway in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team bringing you today's feature event. It's 50 fast laps in the iRacing Late Model Series. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 11th spot in car number 11, racing out of the Carolinas region, that's Joseph Burgess. Burgess didn't make the starting grid in time, so he will start from the infield. Starting in the 10th spot in car number 9, racing out of Illinois, it's the Racers for Christ car of Brian Lavrisa. Starting 9th in car number 5, that's the Midas late model of Doug Sawyers. Sawyers racing out of Pennsylvania. Also out of Pennsylvania in the 8th spot, that's car number 10, Connor Coyle. Starting 7th in car number 6, racing out of the UK and Ireland, that's Terry Buckle. Starting 6th in car number 8, that's the Mellow Yellow car of Brandon Zimmerman. Zimmerman out of the Virginias region. In the 5th starting spot in car number 4, racing out of the Atlanta, Georgia area, that is Glenn Lausen in the Gulf late model. Starting 4th in car number 7, it's Adam Stromwall out of California. Starting 3rd in the Victory Lane car, that is Scott Rochford. Scott out of New England. Now your top 2. Starting in the 2nd spot, it's car number 2, the All Things Automotive late model of Eddie Baker from Franklin, Massachusetts. And on the pole out of Slinger, Wisconsin, it's the ME car, that is Lincoln Cain. The pace car has already gone in. We're going to join the action as the green flag waves for car number 1, Lincoln Cain. Cain leads the field past the start-finish line. We are underway at Stafford. The 2-car of Eddie Baker slipped high, and that's going to give some room to the 3 of Rochford. Rochford looks to the inside, no dice. It's Lincoln Cain with the lead, followed by Baker, Rochford. Then it looks like the 4 of Stromwall is in the 4th, or 7 of Stromwall's in the 4th spot. No, that's the 4 of Lausen. Lausen has moved up into the 4th position, and the Mellow Yellow car of Zimmerman now running 5th. So it is Cain, Baker, then Rochford, Lausen, and Zimmerman. Those are your top 5. The 2 of Eddie Baker looks to try to find his way around the 1 of Lincoln Cain. Baker, a little wiggle coming out of the turn there. Lincoln Cain, a nice smooth line, lets the car drift up just a little, kind of diamond shaping that corner, then back out onto the back straightaway. Cain into turn number 3 is going to hold the lead over the 2 of Glenn Baker. Change camera angles just a bit, maybe get a little better look at the field as we see the drivers here making their way around Stafford. Cain, again, diamond shaping those corners, kind of coming in low, letting the car drift up in the middle, then turning back down low as he comes off the turn. That seems to be a quick way around Stafford. Cain holds the car down to the bottom a little better this time as Eddie Baker still looks to the inside of Lincoln Cain. Cain goes past the start-finish line. We are on lap number 5 of 50. Cain through the center of 1 and 2 now, out of 2 onto the back straightaway. It is Lincoln Cain with the lead, followed by Baker, Rochford, Lausen, and Zimmerman. Those are your top 5. It's really Cain and Baker with Rochford closing in just a bit. Those 3 cars pulling away from the rest of the field. We are 6 laps into a 50-lap race. Lincoln Cain continues to lead. This is a strong field as the 11 drivers in this race have combined for 98 iRacing Asphalt Oval wins between the 11 drivers. So an outstanding field here, kind of led by the 25 wins of Eddie Baker. Baker with 25 victories on the iRacing Asphalt Oval Series, currently running 2nd behind Lincoln Cain. The 3 of Scott Rochford has caught this pair, so we really have a 3-car breakaway for the lead. It is Cain, Baker, Rochford, Glenn Lausen back now about 7 or 8 car lengths, and it looks like the 3 of Rochford slipped back just a little bit. Rochford now about 2 car lengths back of Baker. Baker all over Lincoln Cain, looks to the high side, maybe trying to set up a pass here on Cain. Cain running a nice smooth race. Down the back straightaway now into turn number 3. It's Lincoln Cain with the lead, followed by Eddie Baker, then Scott Rochford. Let's actually walk through the field here and kind of see where everyone's running. Up front, it is the 1 of Lincoln Cain. Behind Cain, the next car on the speedway, the 2 of Eddie Baker. Behind Baker on the speedway, that would be the 3 of Scott Rochford. Rochford in that Victory Lane car. Behind Rochford, that's the lapped car number 6 of Terry Buckle. Terry now in 10th spot, 1 lap down. The next car on the speedway behind Buckle is the 4 of Glenn Lowson, that Gulf machine, currently being shown in the 4th spot. Behind Lowson, it's the 8, the mellow yellow car of Brandon Zimmerman. Zimmerman currently running in 5th. Then behind Zimmerman, that's the 10 of Connor Coyle. Coyle in the 6th spot. Just behind Coyle in the 7 is Adam Stromwall. Stromwall currently being shown in the 7th position. Behind him, it's the 9 of Brian Lavrisa. Lavrisa currently running in the 8th spot. That is the Racers for Christ car. Then behind Lavrisa, it's the 5 of Sawyers. Sawyers currently shown in 9th. That's the Midas car. Then the next car on the speedway is the 1 of Lincoln Cain. Cain now has put about a car-length distance between himself and the 2 of Eddie Baker. Cain continues to run that slight diamond shape in the turn, letting the car drift up in the center of the turn before turning back down as he comes out of 2. And in turn number 4, staying right on the white line. So a slightly different line in 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4 for the 1 car of Lincoln Cain. Lincoln Cain continues to hold on to the lead here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Little sideways coming out of the turn there. Lincoln Cain maybe has opened the door for the 2 of Eddie Baker. Baker looks to the inside. No dice. Cain gets back on the throttle quickly. Lincoln Cain now out of 4 onto the front straightaway. It's going to be Lincoln Cain holding on to the lead. We're 14 laps in to a 50-lap race. Cain closing in on the 5 of Doug Sawyers. Sawyers the last car on the lead lap as Cain and Baker now beginning to run away from the rest of the field. Glenn Lowson has moved into the 3rd spot with Scott Rochford now dropping back to 4th, but it's going to be Lincoln Cain with the lead. Cain and Eddie Baker running 1-2. Cain holds that car right down onto the white line as they come out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. It'll be Lincoln Cain followed by Eddie Baker. Baker really trying to find a way around that 1 car. Lincoln Cain protecting the inside line. He's going to make Baker earn it if Baker's going to make his way around. Lincoln Cain doing a nice job. We are 16 laps into a 50-lap event. Lincoln Cain just holding a slight advantage over the 2 of Eddie Baker. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, it's Lincoln Cain 1, Eddie Baker 2, Glenn Lowson 3, Scott Rochford 4, and Connor Coyle now has moved up into the 5th spot. Connor Coyle starting in the 8th positions, gained 3 spots here at Stafford. Lincoln Cain 1, Eddie Baker 2, that's the lapped car behind them, the 5 of Doug Sawyers. There are 8 cars left on the lead lap. Brandon Zimmerman is in the pits. I don't know if there's been an incident or if Zimmerman feels like he needs new tires, but out front it is all Lincoln Cain and Eddie Baker. Those 2 cars, the class of the field, running about 4 seconds ahead of the 3rd place car of Glenn Lowson. That's the Gulf car. Let's go back through the field, have another look at where everyone's running. First place, that is Lincoln Cain. Just behind him, that's the 2, the All Things Automotive late model of Eddie Baker. Behind Baker, the next car on the speedway is the 5 of Doug Sawyers. Sawyers in 8th, the first car 1 lap down. Behind Sawyers, that's the Gulf late model of Glenn Lowson. Glenn Lowson currently running 3rd. Behind Lowson, the 3 of Scott Rochford in the 4th spot. And then behind Rochford, it's the 8 of Brandon Zimmerman. Zimmerman being shown 2 laps down. Behind Zimmerman, the next car on the speedway is the 7 of Adam Stromwall. Stromwall currently shown in the 5th spot. He has just made his way past the 10 of Connor Coyle. Coyle currently in the 6th position. Behind Coyle, the next car on the speedway is not the pace car. It's actually the 6 of Terry Buckle. Buckle in the 9th spot, 1 lap down. Then behind Buckle, that's the 9 of Brian Lavrisa. Lavrisa, the last car on the lead lap, currently being shown in the 7th spot. Behind Lavrisa, the next car on the speedway is car number 1, Lincoln Cain, who has his hands full with the 2 of Eddie Baker. Baker staying right on Lincoln Cain's bumper, glued to that 1 car, just waiting for the 1 to make a mistake and to take advantage of that error. But Lincoln Cain running a nice, smooth, clean race here at Stafford. Cain comes out of turn 4 now down the front straightaway. We are on lap number 23 of 50. Cain gets a little sideways as he comes out of turn number 2, holds on to the race car. That 1 car looks like it might be loosening up just a little bit. Can Lincoln Cain keep that car under control. Cain staying on the bottom. Baker looked to the inside. No dice. Eddie Baker biding his time, waiting for Lincoln Cain to make a mistake so he can take advantage of it. Cain, on the other hand, running a pretty good race here. Got a little loose last lap, but managed to hold on to it. Lap 24 of 50 underway. Cain into turn number 3, now out of 3 and into 4. Out of 4 now onto the front straightaway. Eddie Baker right on Cain's back bumper. They're coming right past the start-finish line. We're going to go ahead and turn that... turn the radios off here so we don't have to listen to them. The 9 goes up high. That gives Lincoln Cain some room. We've also got the Hunt Brothers Pizza car. That's the 11 of Joseph Burgess, who has just joined us. Burgess coming out of the pits 23 laps down now in the Hunt Brothers car. Lincoln Cain continuing to lead at Stafford. We're at the halfway point. Cain has led every lap of this race. He's holding off the 2 of Eddie Baker. Eddie Baker trying to set up a pass here on the 1 of Lincoln Cain. Cain has made a couple of slight mistakes, but nothing that's cost him a position, as he's been able to hold on to that race car, keeping the inside line, protecting that low groove. He's going to make Eddie Baker earn it. They're closing in on the 6 of Terry Buckle. Buckle currently in 9th. He's 1 lap down. Lincoln Cain closing in on that lap traffic as he comes down the front straightaway to take the start of lap number 27. So Lincoln Cain, we've completed 27 laps. Cain 1, Baker 2, Rochford 3, Lausen 4, and Adam Stromwall running in 5th. Connor Coyle in 6th. Those 6 cars, the only car left on the lead lap. Cain has closed in on the lapped car of Terry Buckle. Buckle racing out of the United Kingdom and Ireland region. Don't know for sure where Terry's from in the Isles there. But he gives the leaders room. Terry Buckle allowing the 1 of Cain and the 2 of Baker to make their way past as they come down the back straightaway. Baker looks to the inside now. He's got a little bit of a run. It's going to be Eddie Baker. He's got position on the 1 of Cain. So Eddie Baker takes position on the... Now gets sideways. Baker couldn't hold on to it. Managed to keep it out of Lincoln Cain. Eddie Baker has gone into the pits. Eddie Baker now in the pits as Lincoln Cain holds on to the lead. It's Lincoln Cain 1, Eddie Baker 2. Although Baker now off the speedway, looks to me like that's going to put Scott Rochford into the 2nd spot as Eddie Baker's gone into the pits. Lincoln Cain holding on to that race car. Looks to me like Cain's going to try to make his way around. Eddie Baker has stayed out. It looked like Baker was going into the pits, but Eddie Baker has stayed out. Must have done all he could do to catch that race car, and Eddie Baker is out of contention. Lincoln Cain with a 5-second lead over the 2 of Eddie Baker. Let's have one more look at the running order on the speedway. Lincoln Cain out front. The next car on the speedway is the 6 of Terry Buckle. Buckle currently in the 9th spot. 1 lap down. Next on the speedway, that is the 2 of Eddie Baker. Baker got all kinds out of shape trying to find his way around Lincoln Cain. Behind Baker on the speedway, that's the 9 of Brian Lavrisa. Lavrisa is the first car 1 lap down, currently running in 7th. Behind Lavrisa on the speedway, it's the 3 of Scott Rochford. Rochford being shown in the 3rd spot. Just behind Rochford, that's the 8 of Brandon Zimmerman. Zimmerman 2 laps down in 10th. Then behind Zimmerman, it's the 4 of Glenn Lausen. Glenn in 4th position. Behind the 4 on the speedway, that's the 5 of Doug Sawyers. Sawyers being shown 1 lap down in the 8th spot. Then behind Sawyers, we've got the 10 of Connor Coyle. Coyle's moved back into the 5th spot. He's made his way around the 7 of Adam Stromwall. Stromwall currently in 6th, the last car on the lead lap. Behind Stromwall, that's the 11 of Joseph Burgess. Burgess with some damage on the right front. He is in the 11th spot, 27 laps back, that Hunt Brothers Pizza car. Then behind Burgess, we're back around to the 1 of Lincoln Cain. There'll be 15 to go this time by. Lincoln Cain with the lead. Eddie Baker in 2nd, Scott Rochford 3rd, Glenn Lausen 4th, and Connor Coyle 5th. Lincoln Cain held off Eddie Baker. Baker had managed to get to the inside, put on a little bit of a run, but couldn't hold it as he got into the corner and got just a little bit loose trying to find his way around Lincoln Cain. Baker trying to close back in on Cain. He's 4.7 seconds back with 14 to go. The only way Baker will catch Cain is if Cain makes some sort of mistake. This race is Lincoln Cain's race to lose. He's doing a nice job wheeling this race car around the speedway. There'll be 13 to go this time by. Lincoln Cain will continue to lead at Stafford Motor Speedway. Cain with a quick race car. Looks like it may be developing a little bit of a tight condition in the center of the corner there. You can see he's having to put a little more wheel in the car to get it through the middle of the corner. Let's have a look at the one of Lincoln Cain. Cain now down the front straightaway. This time by, there'll be 12 to go. Lincoln Cain into turn number 1. Through 1 now, out of 2 and onto the front straightaway. It's still Lincoln Cain with the lead. There's Lincoln Cain, 12 to go. The I Want to Go Fast ME car, that is Lincoln Cain. Now down the front straightaway, he's going to take the car past the start-finish line. There'll be 11 to go this time by. Cain closing in on some lap traffic. That's the 8 of Brandon Zimmerman. Zimmerman 2 laps down, currently in the 10th spot. Lincoln Cain closing in. Zimmerman with some damage on the right front as well. So Brandon Zimmerman has been involved in some sort of contact there. Cain, there'll be 10 to go this time by. Lincoln Cain closing in on lap traffic. It'll be interesting to see how big a fight the 8 car puts up. The answer is no fight at all. He gives Lincoln Cain plenty of room. That's going to allow Cain past Zimmerman. It will put Zimmerman 3 laps down. Currently Zimmerman runs in the 10th spot behind Lincoln Cain now. Cain closing in on the 11 of Joseph Burgess. Burgess 27 laps down in 11th spot. You can just see the 11 car. That's the Hunt Brothers car. He gets all kinds of sideways. Looks like Burgess has bounced off the wall. He's off into the infield now, running through the grass. Lincoln Cain doesn't have to fight with that lapped car as Cain manages to make his way past the 11 of Joseph Burgess. Burgess struggling today at Stafford. 8 to go. Lincoln Cain with the lead. Eddie Baker second. Rochford third. Lauzon fourth. Connor Coyle running fifth. Adam Stromwall in sixth. Those cars on the lead lap as Lincoln Cain continues to show the way at Stafford. Cain with a nice, smooth, easy run today, doing a good job holding on to that one car. The late models can be a handful, especially on a short track like Stafford. Cain doing a really nice job. You can see Lincoln Cain all by his lonesome. He has extended the lead over Eddie Baker to just over 7, almost 8 seconds now, as Lincoln Cain holds a good, solid, quick pace at Stafford. Cain down the back straightaway, 6 to go. Lincoln Cain out for a Sunday drive as he leads the field at Stafford. There will be 5 to go this time by. Cain also beginning to close in on more lap traffic. Couldn't tell what car that was. It looked like it might be the Racers for Christ car. That's the 9 of Brian Lavrisa. Cain closing in on Lavrisa. 5 to go. Don't know if the lap traffic will come into play or not. In any case, as long as Cain is patient and a little bit careful here, this race will be his to win. Cain letting that car diamond up, pushing up in the middle of the corner again, then diamonding out that corner, turning back down as he comes out of 2. So 1 and 2, I've noticed Lincoln Cain has diamonded that corner quite a bit. You come in low, let the car drift up just a bit in the middle, then turn back down as you come out. That's sort of a diamond pattern. In 3 and 4, Cain's been able to stay right on the white line. So you see that diamond pattern again, let it slide up in the middle, then turn down. Now watch in 3 and 4, Cain will stay much closer to that white line all the way through. So a slightly different line in 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. It seems to work for Lincoln Cain. He's been very quick. He's extended the lead to nearly 7 seconds over the second place car. That's the 2 of Eddie Baker, the All Things Automotive car. So Cain out front. He's closing in on the Racers for Christ car. Just in front of that car is the 5 of Doug Sawyers. Sawyers currently in the 7th spot, 1 lap down. Cain 2 to go. Now 1 to go this time by. Lincoln Cain's going to take the white flag. An excellent drive by Lincoln Cain as he goes into turn number 1 for the final time, now down the back straightaway. I think he's going to be content just to allow the 9 car to sit in front of him. No reason to race these guys with half a lap left. Lincoln Cain with a big lead over the 2 of Eddie Baker. Out of 4 now onto the front straightaway. Your winner will be Lincoln Cain. He'll take the victory at Stafford in the iRacing Late Model Series. Behind Cain in second, that would be the 2 car of Eddie Baker, with Scott Rochford coming home third, Glenn Lauzon fourth, Adam Stromwall fifth, and Connor Coyle in 6th. Those cars on the lead lap. Behind them, it was Doug Sawyers in 7th and Brian Lavrisa in 8th with Terry Buckle 9th. Those three 2 laps down. Brandon Zimmerman finishing in the 10th spot. A great run for Lincoln Cain in car number 1 at Stafford. From Stafford Springs, Connecticut, this is Aaron Johnson for the Johnson iRacing Network saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.